Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 3 of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships presented by Barbasol. Really the first round out of 2 of the finals. We only have 8 competitors out here. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your 2 hotkeys.
Honk.
Honk.
Kristin Tattar, 5 down, finishing the front 9 so strong. The back 9 definitely giving our competitors more trouble overall the last 2 days. Definitely the harder of the 2.
Mm-hmm. It's all about finishing strong, especially the last 2 holes can be absolutely brutal. Round ruiners, make or break. You really just got to carry that focus all the way through the final putt. Look how clean our lead card played those first 9 holes, though. Only 3 bogeys cumulative for everybody. Kristin even had it 4 in a row, a Northern Cardinal out here on Nevin. We love to see it. Let's start out with hole 10. This is the must get, according to Erika, the make or break. You have to. Everyone has to birdie it.
Oh my God.
It's dead straight. It's uphill, and it's so easy.
I hate this.
It's simple. It's just got to get it right there. You have to.
You just have to do it, all right? You just have to.
It does always play as one of the easiest holes of the round. It's right there in front of you. Most people are throwing maybe something a little bit faster to get up this very steep hill. Kristin threw a slower speed disc yesterday and pretty much parked it. Looks like a similar game plan today. It is sawed off early. She'll have a long putt.
Man, that was too real. It's exactly what I sound like.
Ooh, a nice floaty shot from Kat pushing up the hill.
It's a Halo Stingray. Very fun.
Oh, is that her Tour Series disc? I think it is.
I don't know.
I think it is.
But support her.
Yeah, go buy Kat Mertsch discs.
Missy with her big Z Mantis.
Nice shot.
So nice.
Oh, parked.
Owen opting for a backhand here.
Flippy Destroyer.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sacrifice to the tendon gods. Worth it for the birdie.
Oh, that's fine. Just looked a little funny.
Mm-hmm.
Really low out of Kristin's hand. Definitely more work than you want on this must-get birdie. To be fair, we actually haven't seen a star frame on this one yet. I'm almost surprised. Ah, great putt. Good damage control there for Kristin.
Oh no, right side, strong side, but not quite enough chains.
Not strong enough. Oh, I'm going to move to 3 down with that birdie.
You want to hear something crazy?
I would love to.
These were 2 of only 3 birdies on the
Gosh,
day.
I really just dislike you right now.
I know. I'm not even gloating.
I
I'm
know.
honestly very surprised
Oh, are
too.
you? Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
that
I
was
like
not a
you
gloat.
again.
Not a gloat. Allie Smith got the other one, and everyone else took a par.
You know, it's
Shocking.
that mental pressure. They all know they got to get it.
Kristin holding on to the lead by 2. And everyone on our lead card gonna just stay in those top 4. The seeds don't lie.
That's true. Hole 11, par 3, 375 feet downhill to an elevated pin. This is all about angle control. There's a mandatory on the left. It's hard to miss, but it's possible. I like the flip up play, backhand or forehand. You just get a little bit of a hyzer flip and try to get it to angle up and push nice and straight down the hill. Speed control important. We've seen a few ladies kind of go past the pin, just being aggressive, which isn't a bad play, but leaves a really long putt uphill coming back at it.
Missy really took a minute to focus and then kind of shanked it. I'm just kidding. She's probably in circle 2. Being early like that is not the worst mistake.
Yeah, it's fine. This is a pretty tough birdie. I think there was only 1 each day, and none of them were on this card.
Mm-hmm. Owen got a good little skip. She'll have a very scary putt.
Kristin choosing forehand here.
This is a great play. It just has a tendency to filter more right, and the putts can be fairly guarded over there.
I'm surprised, actually. That's an orbit grace. So I don't even know that she's trying to park the hole. Like, I think she's just trying to get down there.
Yep. This can be a scary approach if you error anywhere early.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cat disking down on this one. This is an MD3. Rides the right side. Pin high.
you know that anything faster than that, she's probably gone a mile past this basket.
At least a mile. Missy not quite in circle 2.
So super shank.
Great
But-
approach.
wow.
Oh, sit. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
What a punishing little roll that was.
Yeah, and this hole just got infinitely harder.
Yeah, that's such a nose up putting angle that Missy's going to have to deal with.
Ooh, Kristin, same mistake, but it thankfully checks up. It's still going to be a tough putt.
Cat a little shorter than I thought as well. Something about that camera angle plays tricks. Cat stays on top of the little berm, parked for a par.
Only one player got to circle 1 today. Own one of only 4 people to get to circle 2.
A microscopic Missy's going to be putting up at this pin. Wow.
Come on.
So good.
Yes.
She just shakes her head.
And that running that putt is so risky because it could be disaster. Hits the cage and rolls back again.
Kristin with a much easier look at it, but finds trouble. Dang. Got big putted.
She sure did.
Kristin's first bogey of the round. Still leading, though, by 2 strokes. 1 stroke. Math.
Haley King, the only player in the field today to get hole 11.
Wow, what a cool angle for this putt. That's sweet. What a par save.
Yep, and down to 1 stroke. Hole 12. A backhand or a forehand turnover. You want to land more right. It's a very, very tight and technical tunnel. Your second shot is a little bit straighter depending on where you land. This is a really, really good birdie to get. This is one of the hardest holes on the course. It has played like that for the last 2 days. This par 4 just absolutely stretches out to infinity with very strange angles that your disc has to meet in order to get to the green.
This played as the second and third most difficult hole in rounds 1 and 2. We did see Missy park it in round 1 on the second shot. It was unbelievable. This one really feels good to birdie.
Yep, that was a mean kick.
Yeah, that's
gonna
going to be
have-
tough.
Yeah, she's going to have a lot of work left to do.
This is looking good from Own. Oh, she's in that ditch. Dang, that's so punishing. It's like right in the perfect landing zone. That's a really far shot. Dang. Man, I hate that ditch is there.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen anyone land in it yet, and it's like so oddly punishing.
We saw Macy in round 1 land there, just walking around on the course, hanging out, checking things out. And it is a very surprisingly deep ditch. I mean, it's like waist deep. Kristin with the pure shot.
So far.
Wow.
The ditch is the sign of a far shot, and Kristin is 60 feet past it.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Feeling very comfortable with her disc today, it seems.
Absolutely laced down the center.
Missy trying to chip back out to the fairway, but she's being a little bit aggressive on that shot. She doesn't quite make it all the way out.
For Own, that's like a chest deep
Yeah.
ditch. Like so
Wow.
awkward. Own trying to work a flex along the right side. Not quite enough turn.
It's so hard. Her nose angle has to be a little bit up to get out of there. But she's far enough down. She's maybe in circle 2.
Yeah, about as good as she could do from there. Missy's third. Smooth forehand. comes in just a bit early on the right in a similar place as Own, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of just being forced to chop down the right side of the rough.
Cat looks like a little bit of a faster speed disc in the hand here. Getting aggressive.
Was that our Thunderbird?
It looks like it. Yeah, that was my guess too.
Man, that was a good shot.
Yeah, that was really good.
Man, that was a good kick too.
I think it was going pretty deep. Whoa. Something's really funny, cheese. And Kristin threw her Orbit St. Pro off the tee to get this far, leaves herself just a little chip shot. Most women throwing at least a fairway driver on the second. That
was so good.
Pretty crazy.
Missy still has some work left to do to get to the green.
Let's zoom out and then zoom back in on it, though.
That was
That was great.
Yeah, good little scramble shot. It looks so dark and
Yeah, it was really dark
and ominous back there. Do you think it's a little darker here because of the eclipse today?
It was a pretty sweet eclipse, wasn't it?
It was a nice eclipse. We got about 40% here in Charlotte.
Kristin, long look for birdie.
Woo.
Good run. Yeah, it is interesting because it looks pretty gloomy, but it was actually on the warmer side.
Mm-hmm.
Cat for birdie. That's
Nice.
a highlight.
Cat, one of only 2 people to get to circle 1 in regulation today.
Missy gonna have to settle for bogey, moves back to 1 under par.
And you're very happy with the par on this one. This birdie is epic.
Yeah, it is.
It was the only birdie of the day.
Nice.
I don't think I need to say that, but maybe so. Cool.
I want to be known for winning a lot of tournaments. You know, hopefully I get to a point where I can be dominant in an era with so many people coming up in the game. So hard to stay consistent at the top. That's kind of my goal, is to set the new standard for this generation.
Hole 13, par 5, 685 feet. Hyzer through this narrow tunnel off the tee. Another one where you kind of end up landing a little bit more left than you'd like most often as the most common mistake. We then start to wrap back from left to right and then down this hill. It's another short technical par 5 where if you're off the fairway, you are in trouble. I would say off the tee, yeah, again, left is a little bit better than the right. Let's see what Cat has in store for us here.
This second gap is so hard to hit. You have to hit that first one, but the second one is as your disc is already fading. It's really difficult to see from the tee pad, but you know it's there.
This is one of those where it almost looks like a shank out of your hand. It's a pretty sharp hyzer. Mm-hmm. What Own did is actually so difficult. She pushed a little bit straighter.
Yeah, you
Push
almost
that back wall.
You almost want it to be a little bit taller and like a softer hyzer, but Own like kind of almost flexy-ish,
Just
kind of
straight. Just
nice and straight and low.
It just brings the back wall into play, so you don't see a lot of women do it, but I actually really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kristin got a little caught up early on that hyzer.
That's a great looking shot from Missy. Because it's a little higher, it might land a little left. Okay.
Oh, yeah, nice little kick.
All right.
That's great.
Kristin lined up for this flex sidearm. We know she's comfy with this.
Fantastic angle. Yep. Wow. Own throwing the flex sidearm, likely trying to get at least the beginning of the second corner. There's kind of that grouping of 3 trees right there that she gets to. That's a great shot. Wow. Ah, bummer.
Man.
Kat just having to pitch out only a few feet.
She's been so good today, though, at recovering from these pitch outs and still managing to get the par.
Very true.
Ooh, Missy. Nice little standstill sidearm.
Very smooth. There's that grouping of 3 trees I mentioned. Pretty much right in the way of where you want to go.
Nice. Right through the middle of them. Right through the middle of their discussion.
Kat's third. Has to put a lot of hyzer on this to progress towards the pin, and she does. She'll be caught up just a bit on the right side, but par definitely in play from there.
Missy with a funky stance. Really getting to know that tree. And she still gets down there for a putt.
Yeah.
It's long, but it's a birdie look.
Yeah, well done there for what she had to work with. Kristin's fourth, nice straight approach, maybe 200 feet, maybe a little longer, but downhill. Hard to tell from there.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Owen working just a little nice chip hyzer backhand. Half the field got this birdie, one of the softer par 5s.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's a little bit longer than the other par 5. That's like 630 something, but a little easier. Just a hair wider in certain places. Kat, after catching that tree, she's about 85 feet, trying to give this a run for a par.
That was great.
That was pretty damn good.
Still feeling great.
Missy trying to bounce back from that bogey on the last hole. Cashes
my
this huge birdie putt
gosh.
in.
Yes, ma'am. This is so good.
Yeah.
How far is she? It's like,
She's outside.
yeah, I can see a little tassel behind her. She's like 50, 55.
Oh, look at that little smile. That was fantastic. Kristin once again saving par after being pretty early off the tee. She's been so good at that all weekend long. Very difficult to do out here at Nevin. And Own in for a, we'll call it a tap-in birdie. Do it, Own. Okay, I was going to be really mad at her if she didn't do it. Moves to 4 down, tying Kristin at the top.
And this is the classic Own we've seen from the last 2 days. Slow and steady, but just stacking up birdies one at a time. Keeping it clean. Look at that bogey, free for as far as we can see back right now. For our short memories. Hole 14, another very long, narrow hole. The gauntlet, 320 feet. It baits you into throwing something fast so you can get there at that 320-foot mark. But the most important thing is just keeping it in the middle. Catching a tree and kicking early can be pretty much an instant bogey. It's very difficult to recover because of how dense the line of trees is on both the left and right. If you're going to err late, left side has a bunch of tiny trees, right side has huge trees. So make sure you're going to go, way right or just deal with those tiny trees.
Own working every inch of that fairway. I think she's maybe inside the circle, at least near the edge, looking at a birdie. Own and Kristin both got this one in round 1, and Kat Mertsch got it in round 2. We haven't seen Missy get it yet, so let's see if she can draw this up.
I feel like this is in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, she's got
Thrasher.
Exactly. She's throwing ESP Thrasher and gets a great tree kick there.
What little mysterious wood poem is she reading to these trees?
Oh, that's a great question.
She's getting such nice little bounces.
Can we do the interview questions from now on after the round?
Yeah.
This is what the people want to know.
There's got to be some sort of song. She's got a little flute, something.
Pan flute.
Yeah, pan flute.
Kristin off pretty late right. I'm not sure where that kicked to.
That right side, about 3/4 of the way down, can be brutal. There's so many big trees stacked up in a little line. Look at Cat Mertsch.
So gorgeous. This Champion Glow Thunderbird, once again, just an extension of Cat Mertsch's soul.
Mm-hmm. That is her baby.
Oh, Kristin got so far down there for how early she went in.
Mm-hmm.
She did not have much room to work, though.
No.
Still pitches out and is settling for bogey.
3/4 of the way down, there's just nothing.
Yeah.
That's really all you can do.
Wow. And this could be a 2-stroke swing. Owen has a putt at it. Difficult putt.
Mm-hmm.
Uphill through some trees.
Yes.
Yeah. That's huge. That is
She
a
looked
game changer,
She
dude.
looked so focused even like 20 seconds before she even putted.
Yeah.
She was like, this is it. I can feel
She
it.
knows it. Momentum has shifted in Owen's favor with that one. Moves to 5 down.
Awesome.
Wow,
Yes, that's
clutch.
so good. On top of the world, legit this time.
Oh, dang. Kristin still has quite a putt left here for bogey. Whoa, 3-stroke swing. That is
Man.
wild.
On hole 14, did not see that coming.
No, it's kind of been in the middle of the pack for difficulty all weekend. Great birdie from Kat as well.
I mean, I think the most we've seen is a bogey. From any of our lead card competitors. Missy with a nice birdie as well. And she's stringing them together.
Wow. Things just shifted very suddenly. Owen now in the solo lead. She's got 2 strokes on Missy and Kat. And 3 strokes on Kristin, who hasn't had a birdie in a minute.
Yeah,
Hey.
definitely cooled off a tiny bit.
Haley King, the only one on the chase card under par. Hole 15, par 3, 346 feet. There's kind of 2 routes. Most women going to take the left side with a forehand or a turnover. We have seen Missy take the right side, which is so narrow and feels nuts. But she has made it work in the past. We haven't seen it quite work out yet. We'll see if she sticks with that play. I like the turnover a little more than the sidearm. Owen working a really intense gap there.
Yeah, she actually, I think, put it inside the circle yesterday. It might have been 2 days ago, but she has that line and can make it work. It definitely needs more height.
Oh, there's the right side play, and that is why it's scary. Really good commitment to the spin, though. And Missy actually lined up pretty well to try to make something happen for par. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that was so close to being perfect. Still good, though. That was a star strike from Kat. I believe that Kat is the only one on our card who has birdied this before. Kristin, a lot of power on this sidearm. Sneaks through a few trees on the side and gets down there for a look.
Even though Missy is in the middle of the fairway, this shot is very difficult to recover from. She's still got every bit of 310 feet.
Yeah. Oh, she's going right side.
Oh, just squeaking through guardian trees, but still outside the circle for her par save.
Missy just loves that right side.
I know. What's over there?
Maybe something to do with her fairy poems. Or
Yeah.
Owen approaching. pretty well. A little bit of a putt left for her par.
Kat able to just jump putt up to the green.
Don't think she's thrilled with that effort. Kristin from nearly 50 comes up low. She's parked for a par. That would have been a good one to bounce back from that double bogey, though. Missy from a similar distance attempting to save par.
Oh.
So close. Splashes some right side chains. Oh no, not the Jomez.
Got a little nubbed. Oh, man. I don't even know what happened there.
Just a little low and a little right. Owen straddles out to the left side of the tree and is in for her par.
That was a little bit of a tester. Nice focus from Owen to protect all the birdies she has stacked up. Same from Kat.
Missy with the only bogey on the card. She is going to drop back to 2 down, tied with Kristin.
Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Down.
Hole 16, 270 feet. Very tight gap off the tee pad. It's also pretty uphill, so it plays a lot harder than the 270 feet listed. It's a difficult one to access. It looks like you need to hyzer when you look at this drone flight, but in reality, you just need to throw something straight and let it just finish a little bit. It's elevated as well, so there is some putting difficulties, even if you do get to the green.
Owen working the flex like she does, finds the inside of the circle. Such a tight flex line. She's just a genius at that. That was a destroyer, obviously. Kat with more of a traditional backhand line on this hole does catch one of the last trees, drops into circle 2. Interestingly, this was like the second easiest hole, I believe, yesterday. I think on the card, that's a very early tree hit from Kristin. I think Kristin and Missy are the only ones on the card who we have seen birdie this.
Man, that early hit is going to be tough to recover from.
Yeah. Missy with that big Z Mantis flip-up play.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beyond good. Great. Man, it gets so dark in the woods.
It does. Kristin has kind of a Hail Mary style shot. She's just got to throw this forehand flex shot that she's so good at.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to put money on anybody to throw that shot, though, she's the one.
Yep.
What a recovery. Kat, that looks like a run to me.
We love that. Owen also got the focus face ready.
Wow. Moves to 6 down. Oh, man. And that's her... Oh, there's a smile. I was going to say, that's her business wave. Like, that's not her crowd wave.
No.
That is... She is all business now.
Missy with just a tap-in birdie. Way to bounce back from that last bogey stroke.
Pretty exciting here at the top.
Yeah, 3 birdies today. We saw 2 of them. Haley King with the 3rd. Still battling her way up the leaderboard.
Time to move into the first and second most difficult holes of the round, 17 and 18. Brand new layout for those 2 holes if you haven't been following along so far. 17 is a narrow gap tee shot. It's a par 4, 715 feet. You shoot out into this field, OB left and right. Bubbles out wider on the left side, so the backhand is a good play. We've seen Own go forehand. Most of them are going to lay up short and then go across on the third, though we have seen several successful attempts get across on the second shot. You need a huge tee shot to be able to attack this one for birdie, and it's very risky. And if it doesn't work out, all of a sudden, even bogey's hard to save. It often turns into a double.
We've only seen one birdie each day. Yesterday we saw Kristin birdie it. This tee shot's really difficult. I talked to some of the competitors and they were saying that they wanted to disc down because of how narrow this gap is and how far it is off the tee pad. But if you do disc down, you're kind of aiming for the landing zone in the pinch point of the fairway.
Yeah,
it's
the narrowest part of the landing zone.
Yep, and so it's really difficult to guarantee that you land safe. Missy gets over that pinch point, comfortable with her thrasher.
Yeah, Own overturned her destroyer on the forehand. She's going to be OB pretty early left. Kat, did she kick that tree a little
I
bit?
feel like she
Just
did.
a little bit.
Wow.
And squeaks in. She's going to end up in a great spot. Her caddy, Leah Sinigeni, mouth agape like, oh,
That's
got away with one.
That's one way.
Kristin was the only one to birdie the hole yesterday. Oof.
That was pretty.
When was that even last in bounds? Pretty early.
Yeah, she definitely late released this one. Kind of having a hard time with gap hitting today, especially in the back nine.
Just the last, handful of holes mostly. That's a fairly short, conservative layup from Kristin.
Own definitely just laying up. She's going to have to settle for bogey at best, unless the throw-in happens.
Kat just going at standstill, chip shot, only playing for the par here.
Yeah, no one quite got far enough to go for it here. Kristin's birdie yesterday, she got so far out into this fairway.
Missy could think about it, but I don't think it's quite worth the reward. You want to land, at least 30, maybe even 50 feet farther than that to comfortably attack on the second.
Definitely.
This is a difficult shot to put very close to the pin. Or is it? That was great.
Very nice. Checks up. Look how close that out of bounds is too, right around inside the circle's edge.
Own going standstill, approach destroyer. Doing what she does best. And a great little roll to the bullseye.
Missy breaking this hole down into 3, leaving a little bit of work left to do for her par.
Really wide, spiky hyzer from Kat.
That's great.
Yeah, perfect. I love that.
Dropping dimes.
Missy up first, about 27 feet for her par.
She's looking so solid on the green.
Yeah. Kristin for a bogey save. Played as good as she could with that OBT shot. Only one down now on the round. 18, very birdieable, but a lot of risk reward happening on the second shot in particular.
By no means an easy birdie.
Yeah, and it's played as the most difficult hole. Wait, second most difficult hole.
No one able to find the birdie on 17, and that's pretty normal. That one is so tough to get.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen anyone on this card birdie 18 yet either. Should be interesting, folks. Oh, Haley King tied with Kristin Interesting.
Hole 18, it's 830 feet. This tee shot is so narrow. Most people are going to throw a forehand right here and just try to get out into the open. You don't want to finish too far right though, because look at that OB pinching. Your second shot, you can either bail into the woods right here left, or if you miss to the right, there is an out of bounds line, and that is the narrowest part of the fairway. Your third shot ideally is a simple little chip to the green, and you're tapping in your birdie putt before you know it. But a lot can happen. Those woods lines are very dense, and if you do not cross over the advertisement wall, you are out of bounds and are, again, stuck throwing from the short side.
Look at how narrow this is. This is a very nervy backhand shot. Most women going forehand. Missy piping this thrasher. Hits the woods line left. Probably, she could birdie, but it's going to take a really great third shot in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Cat going forehand with a destroyer. She's early. That looked like a slip. And is it fine?
Okay.
It's weirdly fine.
It is fine. There's a little bit more room right when you come out of the woods.
I think Kat's facial expression and body language said it all about that shot.
No words needed from us.
Own also going destroyer. Much cleaner through the gap. Kristin in a tie for fourth, but again, seed position is what decides who is on lead card going to the finals tomorrow. That is early and a terrible kick. Oh, this is a pitch out for sure.
Oh my goodness, that made this hole so much harder.
And I mean, she's out of the woods, but still not in a great spot footing wise. She has to go standstill forehand to the corner. And she's still got to be
so even
400 feet from the pin, I think, from there.
Yeah,
at
even
least.
Even if you're all the way at that corner where you can see that advertisement wall starting straight ahead of Own, it's 380 feet. So she's farther than that.
This is such a sketchy forehand, but Own has laced this every single day, today included.
God.
Wow.
So scary.
So good. And it does feel worth it to get a little bit past that corner and make that final approach shot for birdie a little bit easier.
Kat looking across the OB.
Yeah, she is. The mistake to make here is to push into that woods line, as Madison says.
And she did.
She sure did. No OB in there, but some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's fine, though. She can pitch out and take a pretty straightforward par.
Missy having to go patent penning backhand chip shot. Landing in a similar spot to Kristin, I think.
Yeah, the problem here is Missy's going to have to make a decision. Does she want to go for the green, or does she want to try to lay up on that very skinny fairway?
Yeah, it almost doesn't feel worth it to lay up. I was going to say lay up for sure, but ooh. Kristin going across on her fourth. Going to be tucked in that corner. She's safe, but not a guaranteed shot from there.
If you're there on your second shot, it's fine. If you're there on your fourth,
you're not having a good time.
No.
Missy's third. She is laying up, and she takes a lot off of it just to make sure she lands safe, but everyone kind of in the woods except for Own. Own definitely attacking here. That's a little early.
Mm-hmm.
Had all the speed it needed. It just needed a little bit more flex. She will have a chance to save her par from somewhere just outside the circle.
It might be inside.
Do you think so?
On that right side, it's pretty tight.
It does get pretty tight.
I don't remember exactly, but it's close.
I don't know that Kristin's gonna. I can't tell if she's lining it up. We'll just have to watch.
Oh my God, this is. Oh, she's doing it.
Yeah, and with Haley King tied, I mean, this is. I'm a disaster here.
Yeah, this is stacking up.
And yeah, Kristin's hole back nine has been a little rough, but managed fine. Anywhere near par is a decent round out here, but this hole is oof.
Missy forced to just pitch out as well, taking her par out of the equation.
Missy just wanting to put this close for her bogey save. Oh yeah. Solid shot.
Yeah, throwing backhand off the tee. I don't know how you can even, what the right way is to play this hole for par. You almost have to have the sidearm, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it would just be a pitch up to the corner. I think she did fairly well.
Yeah.
Just got into the woods. Kat's fourth is close for her par. Kristin putting for a double from nearly 50 feet. Oof. And that's going to be a triple for Kristin. Rough finish.
Yeah, hole 18 can get you, and it can get anyone.
Own for a bogey save.
That's one way to do it.
Oh, par save.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Uh-huh.
Duh. Stays 5 down, and that's with 2 bogeys.
Mm-hmm.
So impressive. And she got a 5 down yesterday, too. She has to have the most confidence out of anyone here going into the final day tomorrow.
Back-to-back 5s is insane.
It is insane. Woo. Missy, one final shrug, saves bogey. She's 2 down, in striking distance for sure going into the finals.
Kat with a really solid showing today. Showed just really excellent scrambling and decision making.
Yeah, very, we'll call it mature. For Kat Mertsch.
Very mature golf. Kristin.
Wow, that's gonna put Kristin 2 over par and drop her off the lead card. She's in a tie for 5th now. Whoa.
That back 9 was brutal. Allie Smith going to move up and be our 4th competitor on the lead card tomorrow, shooting a 1 over par, and that's enough to get it done.
Yeah, she's 6 strokes back of own. Definitely feasible. Might be playing a little bit more for position, but anything can happen out here at Nevin's.
Definitely. Haley King tied with Kristin in that 5th place position. Jennifer Allen in 7th, Stacey Ronsley in 8th. Probably still stoked to have made it. If you guys did not watch her interview yesterday, it is heartwarming. Go check it out. We got our own Kat, Missy Gannon, and Allie Smith tomorrow. We haven't seen Allie in a minute. It's going to be very exciting. We got one more round, so you guys really need to soak it up.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot left in 2023. Not a lot of 2 hot geese left for you. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese, and now we're on camera.
Sad honks.
So, prolonged honk.
Honk. We love you guys.